Stop killing each other. That's what I would say. I mean, this ties back to what we do if you're God for the same day. If you're Moses, I guess Moses was an extension of God, technically. Stop killing each other. I hate to say our Palestinian brothers and sisters, we're all cut from the same cloth. We really are cut from the same sort of like made in the image of God. And we're out there sniping each other. Palestinians, Israelis, all that Middle Eastern thing, Christians and Jews, and we're just like, all the infighting, knock it off. Like, just sit down and talk. We have some differences. But generations of acrimony and bloodshed are not going to change anything. Anything. And it's just, that's not living in the image of God. That is not all the things we preach and pray about. People pray about, people go to shul for, people go to temple, and we say in services, where is the forgiveness? Why can't people just sit down? There's hurt, there's all the other stuff, all the background stuff that's happened, but knock it off. That's what I would say. Live together, talk, listen. We're not so different. Yeah. It ties back to what I said to having a just and righteous life. You just try and do the best you can, do the right thing. It usually doesn't involve shooting your neighbor. You know? That's all I would do. Okay. When I broke this ankle, and I had like a giant piece of machinery fall on me, I mean, there's so many times in my life I doubted the very existence of God. Because you wonder, why does this crazy, stupid shit happen to us? Why am I laying on the ground under a piece of heavy machinery with a snapped ankle? Like, this was not in my Tuesday plan. It was like, go to the gym, have a burrito. Nowhere did breaking my ankle figure into this. Nowhere did like being born 3 months premature figure into this. You know, the car accident, hit by a car, ride my bike to work, is never figured into my life plan. And you find yourself cursing the very existence of God. It's this thing like, why? You doubt, like, does a God exist? And I think that's why I'm an agnostic, secular Jew, is that I don't think God has any hand at all in the horrible things that go on in this world. I mean, we attribute all this, we ask God, why did you take my child? Why did this happen to me? Why am really my leg? I need that. What lesson am I supposed to learn? We learn whatever we want to learn from it. I mean, I don't think God is not the purveyor of evil acts. It is not a test of our will and our faith in God. I think that's a horrible, horrible way to look at God. What creature that could create, if there is a God, create such beauty around us, such awesome things, would be like, here's all the strife you can take. God doesn't give you more than you can handle. You never had your hand chopped off for stealing a loaf of bread, you know, not to be too hyperbolic. But that seems like a lot to handle. You're trying to feed your family. I think that's where there's a line to draw between just the idea of like, what is God? And how we see God, and maybe that we need to take responsibility as people. We can't trump up this with God's will. God's will is sicko saying, you know, Katrina was God's will, or, you know, eminent domain, we need to claim back territory in Palestine, territory in Israel, because God wants us to have this land, this is our holy land. But it's creating such horrible images of violence, and pain, and like breaking, and this and that in the name of God. That's sacrilegious. There's your blasphemy right there. It's not doing things in the name of God, but doing horrible things in the name of God, believing that God would want you to ache and pain and suffer. All that suffering, that's just life. I mean, I think we just want to explain away why something heavy fell on me off the back of a truck. You know, why I was hit by a car, why my neighbor, you know, burned down my house. We want to explain it away. It's just bad things happen. It's just God's big plan, but shit just happens. I think that's help a lot of people. They just take a step back from their godliness and righteousness and just then go, maybe we're just being people. It might help people have a healthy relationship with God, not curse God, be angry at God when bad things happen to them, because God just lets you do your thing. It's up to you to kind of make life happen. And sometimes you win some, you lose some, you know? It's where you're born into, it's the luck of the draw. So, that's my beef with God right there. God is not responsible for all the evil in the world and the horrible things that happen. We are. And we have to take responsibility as people and not just pawning off on organized religion. And we go to temple twice. People go to temple twice a year and say, oh, my sins are absolved. I'm cool now. No, you're not. How are you going to change this year? Does it really make it all right in the eyes of God? if this God is there, is it really okay to say, oh, I'm good. I've sworn it off for this year. We're cool. What, the slate's clean? No, you're still a jerk. You still beat your wife. You know, you still like are just doing horrible things behind people's backs. You haven't changed. And I think that's an affront to what God really is.